If you're in manufacturing, I guarantee that this social strategy will make you 7 figures. Now, for those of you that are new to the show, what we talk about here is industrial marketing. We have a topic for the show. I go through it, share some nuggets of information, give you guys as much value as possible. That's what we're all about here on this show. If you haven't already subscribed to YouTube, head over to YouTube, hit that subscribe button. Kyle, what YouTube channel? Just type in my name. You'll find it. Subscribe to it. We have over, I don't even know, 1,200, 1,300 videos at this point on the YouTube channel. 1,300 videos. What are they talking about? Industrial marketing, industrial sales. That is it. Sometimes we put some fun stuff in there, like we did a Hot Ones challenge. But for the most part, 99.9% of it is talking about what it is that you guys do every single day. Even if you're in marketing, you're like, dude, I want to help sales guys out. There's content about sales, and you can go to the sales team and be like, hey, check out Kyle. I watched this live, and he said you should be doing this every day. And that's a fact. So please share it with somebody you know. Hit them blue thumbs on LinkedIn. If you're coming from YouTube, give us a like. Share it out with people. We're just trying to spread the word, help you guys out as much as possible. Enough of the spiel. Let's jump into the content. What are we talking about today? We're talking about social media. Social media for manufacturers in your niche. How are you going to stand out and everything in between? I got 5 bullet points. And so for those also that are new to this, and even the people that have been watching me for a while, you know that this is not scripted, completely off script. I spent maybe 5 minutes coming up with these 5 topics. Why is that? Because this is what we do every single day. So it's easy to talk about something we do every single day that works instead of me just going through some sort of prompts, chat GPT answers, etc. We got 5 topics. We're going to go to the board. So the first topic is going to be, or the first point, pick a platform. So you got LinkedIn, and I'll just hit you with it instead of making you wait. LinkedIn is the best for everybody in industrial, the best for everybody in manufacturing is to focus your attention on LinkedIn. Let's talk about all the others. Facebook, great for employee stuff, great to your shop floor workers, the fork truck drivers, shipping and receiving, engineers, whoever. They want to share stuff about their job. They're proud of where they work. Create a Facebook page and post some stuff out there. Now, if you're looking for employees, we did this with one of our clients up in Canada, They were looking for welders, machinists, etc. They needed like 20 or 30 people. Facebook ads can work great for that because you can say, show me people in this specific region with these interests, with these skill sets, etc. Facebook ads are cheap. Get that job post out there, see if they click it, etc. But other than that, you would be hard pressed to tell me that overall strategy for industrial companies should be focusing on Facebook. It's LinkedIn. Same thing with Instagram. Even you out there that make cool stuff, machine shops, automation companies, you post something on Instagram, you get some engagement. Here's the hard part about it. If you can't actively search a platform and find the people that you're trying to market or sell to, then that platform loses its reputation, in my opinion, about what you should use as a social platform, as a means to deliver your message, deliver your information, and get some opportunities back in return. You're not going to get that from Instagram. Now, could you? Yes, but can you consistently? No. No to Instagram, no to Facebook. Let's talk about X. Twitter, people have been using Twitter for years in manufacturing. Like, oh, you on Twitter? Did you see that tweet? There's no engagement, ever. Like, I've looked at it hundreds and thousands of manufacturing associations, companies, people that are talking about industrial marketing, etc. The engagement level on Twitter is typically low. Now, can you use it as like a way to get them, 5 sentences, 2 sentences out, push some stuff out there? You can. Can you use it to follow people that are important to you? Like, to me, Twitter's just meant for celebrities and basically famous people, politicians, and stuff like that. That's still how I feel about it. I felt like it for the last decade. I still feel like it. Maybe something will change in the future, but probably not. So Twitter is out. TikTok, right? Those of you that are like, dude, I don't watch TikTok. TikTok, it's great for consuming content. It's great for doing things that are weird and funny and cool and stuff like that. Not great for you guys. Focus on LinkedIn. This should be number 1. YouTube, can it be considered a social platform? No, but people, it's all about when people are consuming content, they're either trying to educate themselves or entertain themselves. They go to YouTube to entertain. Is it a social platform? No, it's a search engine. It's a content platform. But YouTube should be in the mix of, like, if we're talking about two most important platforms out there that are under like the strategy of social, which what are you trying to use social for? You're trying to use social to boost your brand, put you in front of people that you want to market and sell to, take over market share, and get in front of everybody that is in your industrial market that you're trying to sell to. They're on LinkedIn. They're also on YouTube. Do they go to search? Yes, but that's a whole different subject. But look at LinkedIn and say, I'm going all in on LinkedIn. This is the platform. There's so many different aspects of LinkedIn, which we're going to cover some of these, but there's so much there. But you have to say, I'm going to pay attention to LinkedIn. Look at your company's website. Do you even have your company page linked on your website? Or do you still have Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and TikTok and YouTube only, right? So start, like, LinkedIn is the professional version of like showing your company what people care about, what you guys care about, pushing it out, looking at the competition, saying, here's how I'm going to stand out. Look at these posts I'm doing, etc. That's like a look inside of your culture and a look inside of what you guys are doing. LinkedIn's the best way to do that, especially the company page. So I think we can all agree that LinkedIn is the main social platform for industrial manufacturing companies. Number two, so you got to start there. What is the mission or the goal that you're trying to do with this social platform? Answer that question. Answer it honestly, right? If it's like, oh no, I just want to help people and I just want to post cool stuff, whatever. But what is your mission and goal? That's where you have to start, because everything about your strategy is going to be dictated by what your mission and goal is. It's no different than when you look in your personal life and you say, I set a goal. You can have 5 goals that you started at the beginning of this year, which most people have already failed on those goals or not doing what they're supposed to do, etc. But let's say you're like, hey, I'm just going to, every day is New Year's Day for me. I set new goals, new affirmations, etc. every single day. So you've got this new goal. Anything that you do on that platform, right? If you're, whatever your goal is for LinkedIn, anytime that you're like, should we do that on LinkedIn? Does it push us closer towards our goal? Start there. If it does, then yes, do it. It's that simple. But start with your mission and goal. Is your mission to increase company brand? Is your mission to, because it depends on what company you guys work at. So I'm trying to make an overall strategy for people in all different areas, right? Let's look at those different areas. You got small companies with no presence, aren't doing anything on LinkedIn. You got medium companies with no presence, isn't doing anything on LinkedIn. You've got goals of, I want to highlight employees because we have a lot of them. I want to show off our culture. I want to do marketing for us and turn it into a sales and potential revenue source for us. Maybe you want to do it to just show people like cool things that are happening at your business, because maybe you're growing rapidly. Maybe you have other media that's looking at you, but there's some sort of mission that you have. Set that mission, say this goal, and then even get more specific. What's my goal on the platform? All right, so for my company page, we've got, let's say, 500 followers on our company page. I want to hit 1,500 followers by the end of the year. Okay, cool. That's a good goal. Also look at it and go a level deeper. How many do you want deals from those followers? Do you want opportunities coming from it? Put that down. How many over the next month, 6 months, 12 months do you want to get? How many impressions do you want to get? So typically in marketing, for those of you that watch my content, I always say that the vanity metrics in marketing, which is like impressions and views and traffic to the site and et cetera, those are vanity metrics. And those tell you kind of the story that's going on, but really what matters most at the end of the day is, did it result in deals? Did it result in opportunities? So we always look at it and say, do we have exposure with our customers to track and see the deals and the leads that they're getting? And then we tie it all back to, where did it come from? What was the path? How did they get there, et cetera? And so that's a great situation, because that then ties right into monthly reporting and all that stuff. So we can say this activity over 3 months, 6 months, 9 months resulted in this amount of opportunities. So normally that's the path I take. Now with LinkedIn, it's a little bit different. Can you track opportunities? Can you track engagement? Yes, but impressions, which is just how many people are seeing it. I post something on the company page. I post something on my personal page. 5 people like it, 2 people like it, 20 people like it. Then I see how many impressions did that post get? How many eyeballs had this in their feed? It doesn't tell you that this is how many people paused and watched and did all that and like clicked and viewed. It's not showing you that. I'm talking just impressions. How many times did this piece of content show up? As a general rule of thumb, from a company standpoint, you want your impressions to followers ratio to be 10 to 12x. So for example, on a monthly basis, for example, if you have 1,000 followers, I would like to see for you to have a benchmark, a baseline of at least 10 to 12,000 impressions on your company page every single month. That's really like, once you get to there, then you could focus on moving up. Usually what happens is most company pages have 2 to 3, maybe 5 times the impressions to followers. So they have 1,000 followers, maybe they have 5,000 impressions a month, 2,000 impressions. You can do that, go to your page and look at analytics and look at impressions, and you can tell that. But that, to me, the impression side is like, how many people, like, LinkedIn is about brand. LinkedIn is about getting exposure to brand and market and putting your stuff out there in front of people. So impressions is relevant. You can track, did it result in deals? But usually what happens is, at least in this market, you're marketing to purchasing, ops, engineering, et cetera, maybe even sales and marketing people at these industrial companies, presidents, C-suites. For the most part, these guys and girls are not seeing something on LinkedIn, clicking to go to your website, being like, oh, they have the answer to my problem. Then I'm going to go to their contact us page and book time. That is not the typical way that the mindset and the actions of this group of demographic follows. What they instead do, and we see it with our stuff, they instead see something on LinkedIn. Then they go to Google, type in your company name. Then they go to your page, then they fill out the form, and you may be thinking, oh, dude, SEO's working. No, it was LinkedIn. Are you asking the question in your form, how did you find us? Is LinkedIn on that form? It should be. Because if you're actively saying, my mission, my goal is to make LinkedIn a priority and get more brand awareness and opportunities from social, then that social platform needs to be on your how did you hear about us form. When your salespeople are talking to people, it should be, how did you hear about us? Oh, I saw your stuff on LinkedIn. Perfect, because our analytics team, our agency, whatever, they think that you came from search, but I knew that I saw you engaging on LinkedIn. So when you do this mission and this goal, you have to carry it all the way through. It can't just be like, yep, we're going to focus on LinkedIn. Because you want to see, is it getting the results of the goal that you're looking for? Maybe your goal is to just get more followers, get more impressions, get more people to connect with you, make a difference, etc. But if your mission, which for most manufacturers is, I want to increase brand exposure, increase market share, get opportunities from it, close some business, and make some money. For most manufacturers, that is the goal. The only way to do that, to track it, to measure it, is to have it all the way through your pipeline and have your salespeople or the first line of contact, the first point of contact, ask the question, how did you hear about us? Was it on LinkedIn? Are we connected? Did you follow our page, etc.? Asking that question can then tie everything back. But start with that mission. It's like, start with why. Why are you doing this? What is your goal? What are you looking to accomplish? Set those goals out there and start figuring out a way to track and measure to those goals. Because if it's not measured, it's not managed. And if you're not managing it, then it's just going to end up getting forgotten about. And you're like, this isn't working. All right. Number 3, are you focusing on a company on LinkedIn or a person? I mean, what are you pushing? What's your specific situation? Because the strategy is slightly different. We're going to cover both. If you have a company that has a large following and you have a following, then your strategy is going to be different. So let's jump into it. So a couple different scenarios. You've got a company that has followers, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. Okay, now you got some power behind this. Now I want to look at the engagement on the post that company is posting. And if the engagement is there to some degree, 2, 5, 10, 20 engagements on a post, that's a decent ratio of followers to engagement, right? Just because you have 4,000 followers on your company page, we have numerous clients that have it, does not mean that you're going to get 400 likes every single time you post. But if the company page already has attention, then the strategy is post things to the company page so that way the followers of that company page can see it and engage on it. And then the salesperson can just share from the company page to their profile, right? Salesperson goes in, hits share. Now, if you just hit share and post it, the analytics and the impressions and all that stuff go back to the original post from the company page. If they hit share and say share with your own thoughts and you add in there, love this post from ABC company. I love working at the best company in the world. hashtag, and you put in 3 hashtags, right? That's now going to take the impressions and it's going to show it on your own personal page. So we ran into this before where companies are like, oh, I'm sharing stuff, but it's not showing me any impressions. My impressions are weak. No. That's because you didn't add your thoughts. If you don't add your thoughts, it's not showing impressions. It goes back to the company page. Hey, you saw more impressions because all these people reposted it, right? But if you add your thoughts, it's going to go to your impressions. So if you have a company page that has followers, then you need to focus on embracing those followers, pushing good content to them, and then just have your salespeople share that content. They can engage on it too, like it, share. Like there is something to say about the algorithm. You need to play to the algorithm. A post gets created, it only shows it to, and I have tons of videos on my YouTube channel about this. If you go to the YouTube channel, type in LinkedIn, you'll see every single strategy, algorithm, breakdowns, all that stuff. But at the highest level, you post something, it shows it to a sliver of your own followers or the company page followers. Based on engagement, it shows it to more people. Based on engagement from that, it shows it to more people, so on and so forth. Misconception is I have 4,000 company page followers. I'm going to post this. Bam, 4,000 people saw it. It does not work like that. If that was the case, then everybody would see everything. It's all based on engagement. That's the way the algorithm works. That's the way how every social algorithm works. So again, going back to it, if you have a company page, you're like, I want to focus on my company page growth, post stuff, have your salespeople share it, marketing people share it, president, whoever, have them like it, have them add comments. That's telling the algorithm this is good content. It's going to push it to more of your followers, so on and so forth. With that company page, what post should you be doing? Regardless of company or person, now if you're a busy person, the quantity will be decreased, but a company at a minimum should be posting 3 times a week. What are those days? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. What about the time? Should it be morning, noon, or night? Does not matter. Test it out for yourself. There's people who'll say like, oh, 11:06 a.m. on this post. All the social scheduling platforms will try and tell you this is what it should be. I have yet to find something that says it told me I should post on at 1:54 on Wednesday. That is the best engagement, and that post got more than a different day or a different time that day. I think that's all like indications and hints, but is it by any means what you have to do? I don't believe that it is. But Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday are the most active days on LinkedIn. That does not mean you should not post on Monday. That does not mean you should not post on Friday. It just means that's when people are the most active. So if you're only going to do 3, do it those days. Let's talk about what are you going to be posting on those days. You need to have a mix of content. If it's on a company page, you need to have a mix of content. What is going to get the most engagement? Hands down, 1,000%, it is not video. Hands down, 1,000%, posts on company pages that get the most engagement are going to be highlighting an employee or showing behind the scenes culture. 5 images from a cookout that you guys did, an employee appreciation event, a team building, like spotlighting an employee. This is our employee of the week. Those aren't going to get as many as like multiple images in a carousel or multiple images uploaded from an event. That is typically going to get the most engagement. Now, if you guys aren't doing those things, fine, don't do it. You can do some little behind the scenes. You can take a picture and be like, this is Steve, and Steve's been with us for 43 years, and this is what he likes. You can do that. But number one is going to be some sort of employee behind the scenes showing appreciation for employee. That's going to get the most engagement because that touches on the emotional side of people. And they're like, oh, that's cute. That's sweet. That's awesome that they did that. I love that. I should do that too. They will like it and engage. The flip side of that, the next one's going to be video content. So if you're only doing 3, do 1 video post per week. Whether it's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, does not really matter. If I had my pick, I would say a video that you want to get circulated, have it longer in the system for the week, right? So I'd post a video on Tuesdays because that gives it 3 days of the week to gain more traffic exposure, put more legs behind that video. Then 1 time a week, post something that's talking about you guys as a service. Go back to your website, right? A link back to your website is one of those posts. Maybe a custom social graphic. If you guys have an agency like ours that works for you, we do the custom social graphics and post that 1 time a week. Maybe one of those you got 1 post left, right? That other post could be employee spotlight. It could be long form content. It could be a link to your blog, even if it's not new. Hey, here's an article we wrote a year ago. Here's the benefits, etc. It could be a new page, a calculator, something on your site that's going to provide some sort of value. That's essentially what it should be. All of this content should provide value. Even if you're like, I just want to link people to this page, provide value by telling them why the products and the services that you offer are the best. And on that page, hopefully, once they go to it, they're going to get some sort of value, a call to action, a downloadable guide, something like that. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday on the company page. Again, now your team needs to share it out there. We're trying to get eyeballs on this. They have to engage. Because here's the thing, for those of you that are new to this, every single admin at your company, so company page admins, can invite people to follow your company page that are admins of the page. You're allowed 250 right now as we're airing this or filming this, 4/16. You're allowed 250 invites to your company page every single month, and that resets at the new start of the month. So if we just look at how can I quickly grow a company page? Is it going to be by inviting people to follow it? Yeah, you should definitely do that. 250 a month, that's your limit. Hit your head on that ceiling every single day. I need to share the content to people at a bigger network. So they're like, oh, this is some cool content that this company is posting. I want to follow that company page, right? And when they share it, you could even add the note and say, hey, follow our company page for more behind the scenes. But the company strategy is different than the person strategy. So at the highest level, that's what it should be. Posting 3 days a week, a mix of 3 different types of content. You should be telling your employees to share that out. You should be letting them know when it's posted, like it, share it, repost it, etc. Put a comment in there. And you should be focusing and measuring your goals to what you're trying to do. Now, on the person side, a little bit different. Should you create content? Yes, 100%. Should it be 3 to 5 times a week? I highly doubt that you're going to have time to do that. So the person, what you need to do is after you update your profile, and if you're like, Kyle, how should I update your profile? Go to the YouTube page, type in LinkedIn, and I have a whole video on how to update your profile and how the algorithm works. Update your profile first, and you need to build your network. You need to be sending out connection requests to people that you can provide value to. People in different industries, not just decision makers, but also influencers to the decision, right? If you're going after VP of engineering, you want to connect with him because you think you can provide him the most value. He or she has a team. They also meet with ops, connect with ops people, etc. You're trying to build out your network of people that you can provide value to. That's the goal there. Now, you can do that much faster than you can on a company page. You can send out 100 to 150 connection requests per week, every single week. And if people see your content and like it, then they will send you a connection request back. So you're aggressively trying to build your network while you're producing some content, which we'll get into that. While you're producing some content, pushing that out there, other people see it and say, that was funny, that was cool, that was valuable. I'm going to send that person a connection request. You can scale it faster than you can a company page. Most people in industrial, they do not follow tons of company pages on LinkedIn. It's like I'm trying to get engagement, let's say from an engineer. Do you know how hard it is to get an engineer or really anybody on LinkedIn in this space to comment? Like comment something that's relevant. They'll like it, they'll share it, they'll maybe type in somebody's name, but like to get actual conversations going on LinkedIn, it's difficult. So many times every single week, we get people that want to talk to us about doing their marketing. We're like, how'd you find us? They fill out the form, LinkedIn. Then we talk to them. It's like, where'd you find? Oh, I've been following Kyle's stuff for like 2 years. Never has engaged on anything. Loves the content, follows the YouTube channel, never engages, never puts any comments in. Same thing with our customers. Customer salespeople, they'll get likes from other engineers, purchasing ops people, but like comments, not really. So you have to focus on with your posts. You're trying to push your brand out there. You're trying to go after views. You're trying to get people to follow, but you can control the destiny of your network a little bit more because you can send more connection requests every single month. So on the personal side, posting at least 1 time per week. Your goal should be to connect with people that are relevant, post at least 1 time per week. You should, if your company is already rolling and people are posting content, share it. Now, hopefully they're posting 3 times a week. If they're not, say, hey, talk to MFG Tribe, let them do it for us because they know what to do. But share those posts so you have a mix of content. If you're only going to do 1 post per week, it should be a video. If you're only doing it once. If you're like, I don't want to be on video, do a long form post, do a poll, do something like ask a question, ask for engagement. But the person side is different because you can control how fast you go. You don't have to wait for your company to approve a post or legal to approve, can you say this, or a graphic or an image. Just do it yourself. I want to post right now, go to my phone, schedule it, set up the post and post it. Image, video, etc. If you want to stand out, if you're in sales or marketing for a company, or if you own the company, grow your personal network. That is key. Because if you don't grow your personal network, then there's no way you're going to get eyes on your company, and there's no way that you're also going to get anybody to see your content, engage back, and turn into opportunities. Again, going back to that mission and the goal. But you can control your destiny on the person standpoint. You can then engage with people, right? You can do that from the company side. You can log in as your company, go to the admin page, and start engaging with people's posts. Like, oh my God, this company just liked my stuff at a person level. You can do that, but it's way more effective for you to just do it on your own at a person level. Let's go into number 4. I want you to be different. Be the thought leader in your space. Be the person that is the loudest. Create the most content. Do it the funniest ways. Do it the most different ways. That's what gets memorable, right? So people remember me because I create a lot of content. There's salespeople out there. There's that one guy, totally forget his name, and this is what happens. You may not know the person's name, but you're like, I've seen this stuff before. There's an older sales guy that talks about tips, selling tips, while he's walking. And I'm sure some of you that are watching my stuff also watch his stuff. It's great. It's like, oh yeah, the dude that walks like outside, he's on a walk every morning. He's just saying, hey, in sales, you should focus on this. And don't forget about this. And I read this post and it said this. And here's my thoughts on it. You got to be different. You can try and make your own thing. You can try and make your own show. You can try and make your own, like, hey, here's 2 minutes. It's like somebody was doing, everybody has 2 cents and everybody has 2 minutes. Here's my 2 cents in under 2 minutes, right? That's a thing. Here's my thoughts in 60 seconds or less while you take your sip of coffee. Like, you can make a thing out of it if you want to have it structured. If not, just like be that guy or girl that's showing behind the scenes footage of this shop floor process or this manufacturing process. Like, be different. The way to do that is to get a little bit creative. Make it your own personal brand. You will get attention. You will get accolades. You will get opportunities just by doing that. At a company level, be different. What does that mean? Look at all your competitors, look at what you currently have been doing, and do at least one thing that is completely different. Go live on your company page. Go live on your personal page, right? You may be like, oh my God, Kyle, there's all these people that are doing, podcasts, etc. Yeah, that is a craze. Everybody's doing podcasts. They bring in a guest. They ask them questions. They get attention. It's fun. It's different, etc. They're trying to boost their personal brand. They're trying to boost their company brand. That stuff works, right? If that's what you want to do that. If you want to be different, go live. Because there's less people going live than there is people that are just recording content and then pushing it out there. If you're a company, definitely go live. What are we going to go live about? I just talked about this 4 to 6 weeks ago, 8 weeks ago. Go live. Grab a salesperson, answer questions, push whatever it is, your product or your services. Talk about why you guys are releasing this new thing. You don't have to be fancy with the lives. You don't have to have a team, cameras, lights, and all that stuff. You can go live on your phone. We use StreamYard. StreamYard is a cheap, ineffective way, third party. You have to have a third party to go live on LinkedIn. StreamYard is the best. At one point years ago, I was just going live myself, right? I was just controlling everything myself from my computer. Now we've got a team that's doing it because they could add way more production value to it. But going live is what's going to separate you. Maybe all of your competitors are posting strictly about their product, strictly about their service. Do something different. Post about your product and service, but less than what you're posting about your culture. Be a leader. Interview the president, the CEO, the salesperson. Like, maybe you as a marketing person, just grab your phone and ask somebody a question. Walk around the office and ask everybody the same question. Film the response, quickly edit it together. Anybody can do it these days. There's editing software out there that can chop it up and post that video. But it's all about being different. You can't just do the same thing over and over again, right? You can't just be posting about your employees and posting about your product and service and expect that you're going to be stood out from everybody else. So start to get creative. Go to ChatGPT and type in questions. How do I be different on my social media presence in industrial? What can I do that's not just a post about company culture or the services that we have? Or look at people that are doing things and say, that must work for them because they keep doing it. So I'm going to take that idea and how do I apply it to myself? So like this same situation, we go live every week for a reason. It works, right? You don't have to do it in this format. Take this theory, take this practice of going live and apply it to your company and start to get creative. Like, how can we go live? Maybe we do Maybe we do like a coffee episode, or maybe we do like interview top people at the company, or maybe I just go live and say, hey, we're on the shop floor, ask any questions that you have, or hey, I've got my engineer here with me. What questions do you guys have about our product or our service? Like, you can make anything from it, but the key is that you have to be different. Last and certainly not least, probably the most important, is going to be patience. Patience is everything. That does not be foolishly patient. That does not mean that that you can just, it's like, I'm not talking about blind faith. I'm not saying like this is going to work no matter what. Your execution may suck, and that's why it doesn't work. But you have to have patience to let the system work. You have to go into it and say, I'm not just going to do this for a moment in time for this month or this quarter. I'm going to do this consistently for the next 6 to 9 months. And then I'm going to gauge. I'm not going to stop at that point. I'm just going to look and see what's doing better than other things. Ideally, you look at that on a monthly basis. Hey, every single month we're looking at this content. What's performing the best? Oh, it's these things. Okay, cool. Let's do more of those things. But going into it being like, I'm going to do this video at a personal level. I'm going to do this video. I'm going to send out this connection request, and I'm going to get money into it. If you go into it with that mindset, it will not work at all. Go into it long term, 6 months, 9 months, 12 months. I've been working on my LinkedIn profile, network, brand, etc. for like 7 years. Even before I started the agency 8 years ago, I was using it for sales in plastics. And then now I completely changed it. And now I'm doing it for what we do, right? Industrial marketing, industrial sales. And so, but you got to be patient. If I stopped after the first month or 2 months, I would never see the results. I put in multiple years without like a solid affirmation that this is working before I even got anything. So go into it with patience, go back to that mission, that goal, and say, this is my mission and goal. I'm going to give it 6, 9, 12 months, not 2, not 3. Give it 6 months to get that result. You will have things along the way that show you you're going down the right path. You have things along the way when you look at what are the top most engaged posts for the last 90 days, 30 days, 28 days, 7 days. You can look at that at a person level as long as you have premium, or if you have Sales Navigator, which you should if you're in sales, then that comes with the premium. So you can look at what is the most engagement on my profile in the last 7, 14, 28, 90 days. Oh, it was these types of posts. Okay, I should do more of those. Let's test it. I'm going to do 2 of those a week instead of 1. Or I'm posting 3 times a week. I'm going to do 2 of one kind and see if I get the same results and the same exposure. And if you do, cool, it's working. But you got to look for those micro wins and little hints that are telling you along the way, this is what's working, keep doing it. Now with going live, go into your first live. I strongly urge that everybody goes live at least once or twice to test it out. Go into it and say, nobody's going to watch it, nobody's going to attend, nobody's going to ask me questions, nobody's going to engage. Go into it with that mindset. When you get one person to view it or one person to ask a question, it's a win. So go into it with low expectations, because that is a long-term play. We've gone live probably, I don't even know, 90, 100, probably 100 times. 100 times in the last 2 years we've gone live. Still, it's not where we want it to be. But it's progressing, and we're not going to give it up because it works. So be patient. So that's it. Laura's got her hands up, so that means that I can go about my normal job, which is entertainer today, sales, a little bit of marketing. So for those of you that want to listen to this on a podcast and just want to be like, I want to play a podcast, I'm driving in the car, I want to listen to what Kyle has to say, go to every major podcast platform, type in my name, Industrial Sales and Marketing with me. It'll pop up. You can listen to all these episodes because my team keeps that up to date. Head over to YouTube, hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications. And if you guys like this content, please share it with someone you know. Keep pushing the message out there. We will see you on the next one.